Good morning on this hump day. Good morning. Good morning. You have joined an episode of Strictly Business. My name is Rich Wallace. I am the president of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce from the desert to the sea. We are here this morning to talk to you about some business opportunities and some things that may be coming your way. So stay tuned. Hang in here. This is our show. It is brought to you by EdgeTVNetwork.net, and I will be your host for the next hour. And we do have a guest coming on this morning to talk to you about some business opportunities and some things that they have going on in the community to be able to help people. This is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business. So hang in there, and we will be right back. Talk a little bit about our educational program.
Are you ready to change your life? Let us help you. At Youth Build Charter School, you can get a high school diploma and kickstart your dream career in no time. We offer high school diploma programs in construction, CNA, military, college, and entrepreneurship. If you are between the age of 16 and 24 and you want to manage your studies with a job, recover your credits, or graduate early, we can help you achieve your dream. Call us at 1-888-395-4408 or visit youthbuildinlandempire.org.
And we're back. I wanted to play that for you this morning. I've had a couple of people asked about Youth Build Inland Empire. Youth Build is our educational program through the Chamber of Commerce, our business academy. So if you're looking to get a high school diploma or some individual training, you can get that through Youth Build through our training program at Youth Build USA. Welcome back to an episode of Strictly Business. My name is Rich Wallace, and I'm going to have a young lady named Jennifer come on in a little bit, and she's going to be talking to you about some opportunities and some things that they have going on in the Inland Empire as well as in the Los Angeles market. So you want to hang around for that. One of the things that we want to get back to is that we've been discussing time management. How do you manage your time? We're going to be starting a program tomorrow morning with forms and applications and things on how to do your schedule. I know we've been talking about using the Google Calendar and the Outlook calendar and this calendar and that calendar to manage your time. But just in case the lights go out, you need probably a book, a day planner. So if you have a day planner that you can translate, you can carry with you, a lot of times you can have all that information on your phone, but you don't want to be exactly depending on that phone as we already are. So we want to get back to some information on how to manage your time and how to get your businesses and things going. So it's going to be very important that you be listening for the next few weeks to see how to do some time management and how to organize yourself for 2023. And remember, I told you, if you have not already started planning the first half of 2023, the first 90 days, then you're already in trouble. So let's get to it. This is Rich Wallace, and I want to bring on a young lady that is just dynamite. Miss Jennifer, hello. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Rich?
I am doing wonderful. I just wanted to introduce you to our audience this morning. We've been trying to connect for a minute. Jennifer is one of the, no one is as busy as I am, except for Jennifer. So, Jennifer, tell people about a little bit about your program and what you have going.
Okay, so again, I'm Jennifer Oglesby, and I own adult residential facilities. I have 3 in San Gabriel Valley, 1 in Phillips Ranch, Pomona, and 2 in Covina. And so what my adult residential facilities are is I house adults with disabilities. So there's 4 male clients in every home, and I'm excited to open up my 3rd home in Covina, which is another adult residential facility for males. And it's for those individuals that suffer and struggle with substance abuse.
Mm. Okay. So do you dealing with, is this a homeless project, or is this just people that are transitioning through situations?
So it's not a homeless project. It's actually for individuals where the regional center. So there's regional centers all throughout California, and the regional center places the individuals into the home. So the adults that have various disabilities, since they were a child, once they become of age, 18 years old, they can move into the adult residential home. So the regional center assists with that. And it used to be, I guess, like a couple years ago, to where if you didn't have a diagnosis by the age of 18, all these services and resources were non-existent.
Mm.
After the age of 18, they changed the law, because it's unfortunate. Some situations, families don't sign their kids up in time, or some families are against labeling their child. So I'm really happy that they changed the law. So now after 18, they could still get a diagnosis and still receive these resources because it's free for the individuals that live in the home. We're paid through the state.
Mm. Well, every parent believes that their kid is okay. That
Correct.
that there's nothing wrong with my kid. There's something wrong with the system. There's something wrong over here. Uh, until it's not necessarily too late, but it's gotten late in the
Correct.
process. So, and we take on at our high school, we take on young people, but we don't have a program that can deal with certain types of disability. And not knowing the different types, do you evaluate the young people, or is it just adults, or is it 16, 15, or what is the age requirement?
So, I mean, any age could get diagnosed. They can get the services, they can get the help. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what I did educationally to make me a little more qualified in that area. But even the individuals that are at your school, you can still make a referral.
Mm.
You can make a referral as long as the parties involved, which are the stakeholders, their mom, their family members or guardian, as long as they're on board, you can make a referral together just to see if the services are needed. I've been in this field for so long to where I can now identify it. And I also have a child with autism or special needs. He's 19 years old now. So I've seen it. I was one of those parents. He wasn't diagnosed until the age of 6. And I just feel that, the earlier, the better. And so any age can still get the diagnosis.
Okay, now you mentioned autism. That's a
Mhm.
different form of drug situations or other things. Do you mix these people together, or are they comfortable with each other? Um, how? I mean, I hate to sound crazy, but I don't really understand how that works. And there are people that are looking for opportunities in business. Is this like a business, or is it more of a community service type thing?
So it is a business. And so the adult residential facilities through Regional Center. Regional Center deals with individuals that have been diagnosed with the developmental disability. So every resident and consumer that we have in our homes, they all have some form of disability, whether it be autism or Down syndrome or various things. And so the individuals that have that diagnosis also can suffer with, substance abuse, drugs, alcohol. And so we're servicing, our third home is just a specialized home to service the individuals with the disability that still suffer from substance abuse. And it
Okay.
is a business. Every home is its own business. So I operate as a LLC. It's under Community Services of America. And I'm doing business as Rising Hill Developmental Homes. So I have Rising Hill 1, Rising Hill 2, and Rising Hill 3. And the process for that, I mean, if there's individuals out there that have a passion for it, they're excited about it, they want to do it, you can go through Regional Center, you can get vendored, you can open up your home, and it's a full business as far as just, it's, I feel like it's twofold for me because it's something that I've always wanted to do. So my homes they're ran like a family home,
Oh,
but it is a business. So for those of you out there that are looking for business opportunities, I can help you along the way if you have questions regarding how to open up an adult residential facility or a kid facility, or and they have an RCFE for adults beyond the age of 65. So there's multiple opportunities that you can do within Regional Center.
hmm. Now, do you have nursing people on staff? I mean, do you have to have RNs or LVNs, or what kind of staff do you deal with basically?
Okay, so for my facility, I don't have any individuals that would require a nurse. So they do have homes that have that they have to have a nurse or they have to have a psychiatrist on site. There's different types of homes, but for my
Mm.
particular home, we just have to have direct staff. And so what that means, it's you and me, we go through training through the facility. There's a state program where you become a certified direct service personnel. It's called DSP. And so you have to do your DSP 1, DSP 2 by year 2 of working in a residential facility. But as long as you have the passion, the heart, and you want to get out in the community and make a difference, I think this is like a dynamic, lane to go into. And it's something that, people will always need your help.
Right, right, right. So,
Yeah.
what are some of the challenges? Are the neighbors? I mean, when you open up your facility, I live next door. I don't want those people next door. People are so funny about helping. Everybody wants to help, but they want to help over there. You
Right.
know,
Right.
are you faced with any of those type of neighborhood challenges?
So it happens. I'm fortunate. I'm thinking of the different facilities. I think it happened at our Rising Hill, our second facility in Covina. It did. One of the neighbors, they just were kind of inquiring. They see the guys going in and out of the house. They don't fully understand. So one of the things that I do is I pass out flyers in the community. I try to host like maybe coffee, free donuts, and I explain what I'm doing in the explain, like, if you have any questions, if you feel that one of our guys are going down the street, you feel uncomfortable or whatever it is, here's my cell phone number, give me a call, I'll talk to you. So I just explain the process, and then once they see it, it changes everything.
Yeah.
And our first home is actually in Phillips Ranch, so it's in a higher end
Yeah.
community.
Bedroom community, Phillips Ranch. Yeah.
Right. And so one of the things that actually helped us over there, I did the same thing, but we were fortunate to have Philip Palmer from ABC7 come out and do a story on me.
Oh,
And so all the neighbors saw me as they were driving to and from work or coming home, and they saw this news thing going on. They were stopping, they were looking. So after that, it was like, they opened their arms up to me and said, I love what you're doing. I saw my house on the news. I saw this, I saw that. So it was like, I was like, so maybe that's another way to open it up. And then once they understand what you're doing, typically they're on board, unless you're dealing with, a population to where there's high behaviors and, different things are happening that the neighbors feel uncomfortable. But for the most part, as long as you keep open communication, they're fine.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, is there it sounds like there's an overflow of people that need help, and are is there I know they talk about jail cells and state hospitals that are overfilled right now,
Mhm.
with people that are homeless
Right.
because of some type of mental stress that they're going through. And Karen Bass has now made a big statement, the new mayor of Los Angeles, that she is now making it a priority. And are people sent to you from the State Department, or you go out, and how do you get them?
So they are not. They're not sent from the state, but regional centers. So, for
Okay.
example, my son Bryce, who's 19. So when he was 6, he got diagnosed. He became a regional center client. So
Mhm.
because he's a regional center client, I'm able to call his service coordinator at regional center and ask for placement. He's 19 now. I feel that he needs to live in the community, which is tough for a lot of parents. After running these facilities, I did it because of Bryce. I am 100% going to place my own son in a facility because it's the brotherhood that they gain in the community, within the home. And they go to work, they do day programs, they do all these various activities that he's not able to always do at home because I go to work, his brother's leaving for school. So it sort of leaves them alone, inside of their own home. So I think it's a wonderful thing, but we don't get them from the state, we get them from regional center.
Okay, so now you mentioned work. Do you find them jobs that they can do out in the community? Uh, we have at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, we have a lot of small businesses that
Mhm.
are always looking for employees. I mean, right now there's a sign up everywhere, and people are not wanting to go to work. So,
Right.
is that so? Part of your responsibility is to find them work, or to no?
No, actually, no. So
No.
regional center, it's kind of, they're an umbrella.
Mm,
So under regional center, there's like putting a puzzle piece together. I'm one part of the puzzle. They have a day program, that's another part. They have a work program, that's another part. They have all these resources under Regional Center. So as long as all I do is my one lane, and Regional Center will sort of, I guess they get them signed up with the day program and they get placed into that. So the day program will come to your facility, pick them up at 8 o'clock in the morning and bring them back at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have another friend that works at one of the regional centers in Los Angeles. I think she's
Okay.
in the finance department that
Okay.
issues out the checks and that kind of stuff. So,
Okay.
okay, as that, now you got a day-to-day process. Now you're opening up a new facility, and this new facility is for drug rehab.
It's for individuals still diagnosed with a disability, but
Mhm.
that suffer from substance abuse.
Okay.
So in this home, we'll have other specialists, and a social worker will come in. Our behavioral analyst will come in. So we offer them more services. We'll take them out to different meetings in the community. We'll bring resources in, and we just we monitor them. We have a therapy room inside of our home here. Each individual has their own room. So I love this house. I think it's my new, I guess my new baby out of my businesses. And I just think that I want to go in strong, make a difference, and show that it can be done. So even if you have a disability, you're still able to function the same way as you and I, and so it's just working with them, getting them out there, getting them to understand that, you can get off, you have all these, things in life that you can still achieve. So that's our main priority in our third home. Well, all the homes, but it's with these guys, it's just letting them know that someone's there that cares for them and that there's a different path for them to take.
Okay. Now, is there an age? Can I age out? I know I grew up in foster care. So when you turn a certain age, you get the left foot of fellowship, no matter
Right.
what's wrong with you, because you reach that age. And most of the people, and I don't want to say most, but a lot of people in the foster care business are there because of the income. And no matter how close you may get to your foster care parents, when you turn 18, you basically got to go, or they, and you didn't have any real ready for college experience. And
Right.
sometimes you're not ready for the military, and you just woke up one day and was 18 and had to figure out your life. So in your facility, I'm over 60. Do I age out? Do I just stay there forever, or how's that
So
work?
they have different levels. So they have the child home that will go up to 23 years old. And so I'm sorry, to 18 years old. So I'm 18 to 64. So
Okay.
after the age of 64, you move into an RCFE. But typically the guys that come into the home, they're all around the same age. So if
Mhm.
all my guys, let's say let's say they're 63 and 64 years old now, and they're still in my home. All I would have to do is convert my home over to an RCFE. So those guys that have been living with me for 20, 30 years, they can stay in that one home, and you just convert your license over to now you can deal with an elderly community.
Okay, we're going to
Yes.
take a real short break, and we're going to be back and ask you a couple more.
I've had this problem.
Big problem.
I really needed.
A good business consultant.
And I kept searching.
And searching.
There are so many choices.
It's really hard to find one that has all the things on my list.
But I finally did it.
Thank you.
If you are looking for one as well,
Look no further.
Here's a really good one.
Just use mine.
Use mine.
I'm very satisfied.
Definitely recommend.
Problem gone.
Thank you.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
And we're back with Miss Jennifer. I gotta say your name. I mess it up every
That's,
time.
that's
Uh,
okay. Give it a
It's
shot.
it's Oglesby.
Oglesby.
Oglesby. Okay.
Oglesby. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Cool.
That's fine.
We are here with Miss Jennifer, and we're talking about facilities that she runs, manage, owns, and these facilities help people get their lives back on track, or help people with disabilities function in the world today. Now, is the word disability out now?
Yes. So
Is
there's,
it, uh-huh.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
disability is always going to be a term, so there's just certain ways of addressing individuals. It keeps changing. So like within, I guess, our day-to-day operations, disability never really comes out of my mouth unless I'm explaining what it is that I'm doing, because it's kind of hard to break away from explaining, exactly what the homes are. But they're, these are my guys. These are
Yeah.
individuals in the home, and they all go by their name the same way they call me, my name. So just as far as reference source, we're going to say, disability, but because that's what it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And if I wanted to get to a home that could get me some help, I would have to, as a disabled person, I would have to go to one of the regional centers and sign up for whatever services they have, and then they would find a place to place me in, which would be something similar to what you have.
Similar. Yeah. So your service coordinator at regional center they would provide the resources to give you a list of different homes that you're able to go and check out. And then you're able to move into one of the facilities. So they do an interview process. So what typically happens is I'll receive a packet via email. And if that particular individual is a fit with the other guys that we already have in the home, then we'll call them in, we'll interview them, we let them interview us, check out the facility, make sure that they like it, it's a fit for them. And as long as they're okay and, we come to agreement on terms, then they'll move into the home. And so one of the things I like to do when they move in is we go to dinner that night, their first night, so that way they're able to just sort of mix into the facility. They meet their, new best friends inside the house, and it's just a good thing.
Okay, and that brings a question about who cooks and cleans. Do they have maid services? Do they cook? Usually I got to cook, and then I got a mess going on. Somebody got to clean it up. Who buys the groceries? How do you deal with dietary? I don't know if people, well, I don't eat meat, and I don't eat pork, and I don't eat this. What do you do in those areas, and when it comes to actually taking care of them?
Okay, so we have staff 24 hours a day.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have 3 shifts for my staff members, 6 a.m. to 2, 2 to 10, and then 10 to 6 in the morning. So the staff, they do everything. They do the cooking for the guys. They clean the facility if they have outings during their shift. And there's 2 staff members per shift
Okay. Okay.
for the 4 guys. And we do have issues with how you were speaking of, like, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. We actually had one guy, he moved in, he gave me a list of about 50 items. And he's like, look, Jennifer, I don't eat this, that. And I'm like, okay, so over time, we started slowly introducing him to this and that. And he's like, I like this. So he crossed it off his list. And so every item that he likes. So we ended up with about 5 things that it's just a no-go for him. But they do come in. And if it's like a medical thing, if they're allergic to this or allergic to that, we accommodate all of their meals, that way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but our staff, they're wonderful. They're the ones that go through the DSP program, and they do everything. And so our outside staff that we have that comes in is our BCBA. And so they offer behavioral support for the guys, which is the component that I was telling you that I went back to school for. So I am now just having to sit for my BCBA exam, hopefully in January, and I'll be a board certified behavioral analyst, so I can offer the extra support to the individuals in my home as well as the other behavioral support that we have.
Okay. So let's talk about the business side of it now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm interested in doing this. So what is my first step? Do I go and rent a house, or do I have to buy a house in the market today? Or what is do I go sign up at the regional center? Where do I start this project that apparently needs more people like you?
Right.
Uh, and how do I start?
Okay. So to start this business, of course, you have to have all your business structure. That's the first step. Second step is looking at regional center websites, finding out if there's a need. So on their websites, they will post, the service areas that they need the help in, whether it be. So I run 4I homes, which are behavioral is pretty much at the top. So based on what they offer, or what their need is, you go from there. So if they need facilities, you can open a facility. Some need, respite programs. You can submit an application for a respite program. So just depending on what the regional center needs. And then you just submit the application. You go through vendorization. And then from there, you can open up. But if you are doing a facility, you can rent a home or purchase a home. I mean,
Okay.
in the market now, you may want to rent a home first from a business standpoint, and then you can maybe find another home to purchase, and you can transfer your business into that home that you purchased.
Okay, now you mentioned regional centers a few times. Most people don't even know what they are, or where they are. The only thing that I knew about regional center several years ago was that was the building that they shot up in San Bernardino. Uh, and I have a friend that works at a regional center in Los Angeles, and if she didn't work there, I wouldn't know anything because I'm just a regular guy doing regular stuff, and I want to help. I see that there's a need, but I need to be able to go to the regional center's website, and it's probably regionalcenter.org, I'm assuming. That
Actually,
no, it's not.
it is, but you can just Google, you can go to
Regional
it.
Center and
Yeah,
pull it up because you got to do your research.
you do.
Jennifer's not here to hold your hand. She's here to say, okay, go find the regional center, go through their website, take a look at what they offer, and see if you can match what your ability is to be able to work with the regional center. Is that pretty
Mhm.
much that? And
It is, but I guess a side note, I don't know how many people are on here are interested. Um, because like I guess I'm switching over a little bit. I'm putting on like my Christian hat now.
okay,
So the gifts that I have, like, according to like the kingdom principles and all of that, is the gift that I give out to people is the gift of business, and like walking them through it. And I want to do it for free. So it was like God placed it on my heart for 10 people. 3 people I already know who they are. They're already in it. So I have 7 spots left, I guess. I'm gonna do 100% free, and Rich could put my information, or you guys could email me. But I want to take 7 women, and 7 women that are left, but it's 10 total women, and walk them through the process from start to finish. So whether it's a facility or whatever it is, I'm going to literally, how you said, not hold their hand. I am going to hold their hand and share what I know with them. So if
okay,
they're to open a facility, I will be there with them along the way.
okay. I'm gonna back this up just a little
All
bit.
right.
So you're telling me that you're going to take 10 women, young women, old
Or
women,
any women.
any
Yeah.
women, and
Right.
you're going to show them how to walk through the regional centers process and
Yes.
how to be able to open up a regional or a housing facility so that they can help people that need the help that they need.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta tell them the new
You,
mayor about that, because
yes.
what you're doing is that you're creating a situation not only to help the homeless, but a lot of the people that are on the streets because nobody wants to fool with them. And it's not always a cocaine habit or this
Right.
or that. It's just the stress of the day. I know
Right.
some of my days sometimes, I thank God for a sound mind, but sometimes I'm talking to myself as well.
Right.
So
Right.
it's not always that easy to be able to process through whatever day you have. And if
Correct.
you're looking for an opportunity to be in business, this may be something that they're interested in because you don't actually work in the facility, do you?
No, I
Okay.
don't work in a facility. My staff is there around the clock. Whenever I open up a new facility, now I guess I don't work a shift per se, but
Yeah.
I'm there a lot. So I jump into the facilities. I'm there making sure everything's running right. And then when the new facility opens, I will be there all the time in the beginning to make sure that every wheel is turning the way that I would want it to turn. And then I'm popping in between all my facilities.
So you get out in the morning, like I see you already got a coffee
Oh,
cup. You already been to Starbucks and back, you know.
Starbucks. I'm up at 3:45. That's my first wake up. And then I'm up again by 5 a.m. and I'm starting my day.
And you start your day.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And you visit each facility each day?
No.
Okay.
I take different days I'll go by, or some days like I'm in my office. I have an office in Rancho that I do a lot of the paperwork or report different things. So sometimes I'll have days here or days in the facility. But now that I'm opening the new facility, it's a lot of Mathis Brothers runs and getting the house, furnished and all of that.
So yeah, you got to do all of that as well.
Yeah. From start to finish. And so that's one of the things that I'm willing to show them, and I don't have it. It'll be start to finish. So whoever gets on board, it's like, it will be a blessing handed to you, because I wish someone would have done that to me when I got started.
I tell people all the time, a lot of things are taught, but if you listen, most things are caught. So
Correct.
You can catch this if I'm following Jennifer around and I can catch some things and I can feed into it. Now I gotta ask this question here.
Okay.
Because you're grabbing 10 women. Men are not allowed in the training.
You know what? I will accept men into the training.
I gotta speak up for the brothers, because we need to start a business too.
Right. No, men are welcome, but
your goal is to bring women aboard and to get them moving.
That's
along.
what was placed on my heart. So I'm moving with the direction of women right now, but men, of course, are welcome. They'll be an addition to the 10, but I have to service my 10 women.
Okay. And I got that. That makes plenty sense here. We got a few people asking questions here.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay. Everybody's talking about the new mirror and the homeless challenge and those kinds of things. I am going to get you to Karen Bass so that we could talk about how you could do the training. We have our school, which is YouthBuild. I'm going to open up the door for you, that if you need to do a training session there, we're purchasing a new building and we're going to have lots of classrooms. And I would love to be able to add something like this to what we're already doing.
I would love that.
So as you and I'll sit down and talk about it. Our building is in San Bernardino off of 4th Street, brand new. We've got a whole strip center that we're opening up, and the facility is to be able to, the goal is to be able to train people to start their own business. It is a high school program. It is a trade school kind of program. So if we can bring people in, and we do have a nursing portion of it, and we work with young visionaries, Terrence Stone and his young program for young people to turn some young people's lives around. And if people can learn to invest in people, especially people that need that investment, that will give them an income and an investment as well. So this is about helping people, but it's also about money, so that you can have a comfortable living and be able to help folks. Now, do you own most of your houses, or are you mostly renting?
So I rent my facilities and all the areas. I do want to start, I guess, this year purchasing the homes and transferring my facilities over into the homes that I now own. So when I first started, it's like, you go into business and you're thinking, okay, am I going to have enough money? Can I do this? Can I do that? But with the facilities, you're guaranteed, and that's just like the baseline of it. And it's public knowledge, so I'm not like dropping anything. But for my first 2 facilities, which are level 4 I's, you make about $500,000, $500,000 a year.
Okay.
And when you do the specialized facilities, it changes to where it's probably anywhere between, I'm assuming, $700,000-800,000 a year. Now that's you still have expenses.
Expenses, yeah,
payroll. You still have everything that under that dollar amount,
Oh, yeah.
but it's still ways that, so I'm going to show like in my training thing, and everything that I do, I'm going to post it on YouTube. So if they're not a part of it, I'm still giving my gift away for free.
Look at
But
that. Look at that.
yes, but I just want, because everyone wants to know, well, how much can I make? Is it worth it? Can I do this? So yes. So just to let you know, so I have 5 kids. I have 4 biological boys, and we adopted a little girl. I don't work 9 to 5. I only do the facilities, and I think I'm comfortable, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I am pushing people on now, you seem to have a good time management situation.
Yeah.
Because with 5 children at home,
Right.
and several young adults or children in these facilities, and a staff of people, how many people work for you?
So I have 15 people that work for me.
So you have 15 employees.
Yes.
With I can't make it today, and I hate employees. I own a bunch of restaurants.
Yeah.
I dealing with the staff, number one, dealing with the homeowner, number 2, buying the furniture, all of these different components, that it's not just that we're taking care of people that can't take care of themselves right now. You are doing a lot around that really have nothing to do with I shouldn't say it does have something to do with the individual, but it's for the group.
Right.
When you're going to Mattress Brothers and trying to negotiate with them and tell them that you're a 501c3 and help me out, don't charge me $99 for this mattress that you only paid $29 for, negotiating, setting things up. Now, do you have a community booklet or something that you put out, like a newsletter once a quarter about what's going on in the facility? I think we need to get together and do that.
I think so. Yeah, I don't have that.
So if you put out a quarterly newsletter of successes and fairs that these people went to, or just some things that you're doing in the facility once a quarter. And I think that when you're applying for grants and things like that, those kind of little pieces may help out a little bit.
Correct.
And I'm willing to toss my hat in the ring because I want to help you help them. And then I also would like to see other people in this type of field. When people look at opening up a business, us as a people, well, I'm going to open up a barbecue shop. I'm going to open up a nail shop. I'm going to open up a hair shop. Okay, all of that's good, but there's a barbecue shop on every other corner. And I think that when we start looking at different types of businesses to be a part of, giving back is a plus, and it helps your business grow. It helps your mind grow, and it does certain things in the facility that helps the city and the people around them. So I think that is a great effort. These people are talking about, call me. I don't know you. 424. Okay. We've got about maybe 25 people online now. They come and go all day. And this platform that we utilize is through StreamYard. It's called Strictly Business. My name's Rich Wallace. We're going to take a real short break here, and we will be right back.
Business owners are raving about the new talk show, Strictly Business, with host Rich Wallace. Tune in as the top experts in business share their success stories, strategies, guidance, and advice to help you grow your business. With guests from the top companies to your favorite influencers, Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace is the show to watch for all things business. Our conversations are strictly business. We discuss new funding options, new business initiatives, best business practices, all things business explained. We provide you with the tips you need for your business, all in one morning business talk show. Be sure to tune in. Are you a business owner? Do you have a story to share? Are you able to help our audience? Then we want you on Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace. Visit the website at edgetvnetwork.net and select Be a Guest to schedule your appearance today.
Hey, did you hear?
Hear what? It's back!
What's that? San Bernardino MLK Day Parade and Extravaganza.
Hi, join us Monday, January the 16th in the beautiful city of San Bernardino for the MLK Day Parade and Extravaganza. Activities include classic car show, youth activities, float entries, live entertainment, food and vendor merch, and an art walk. We're looking for sponsors, float entries, also parade entries. Meet us there January the 16th in the city of San Bernardino. See you there.
The Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce and Youth Build Inland Empire and the San Bernardino Parade Committee welcomes you to the MLK Extravaganza. We will see you there.
That's our MLK Day. We are having a wonderful MLK weekend. We're having a formal dress-up awards banquet dinner on Saturday the 14th, January 14th, at the brand new San Bernardino International Airport. So for those that want to come out and dress up and look good and have a good time, we're going to have some good music there, an opportunity to, as they say, get down and get back up again, and just a great time in the San Bernardino region. We will also be having an MLK breakfast in Palm Springs that weekend. The Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce has 15 chapters from the desert to the sea. So we will be taking an opportunity for the MLK weekend, actually from the desert to the sea. We've got a major event, parade in Long Beach, a parade in San Bernardino. It's just an opportunity to honor Dr. King without the mattress sale or the big deal on the car. The MLK mattress sale, you know, he wasn't selling mattresses, he was selling freedom. So we are going to celebrate that at that portion of his life throughout the Southern California region, and we want people to come out and participate. Miss Jennifer, back to you. And the idea of that we're going to create several different opportunities for women as well as some men to create a business, a small. Now, what are the facilities called? Are they
adult residential facilities?
Adult residential facilities.
They're ages 18 to 64.
Okay. So anyone under 18, are there facilities for younger people?
Yes, there are. So they're the children's facilities. I don't know the acronym for that one, but they do have it. So you have your, homes for younger guys. Some of the guys that live in my facility, they were in, at one point of their life, they lived in a child facility.
Okay. Now, the people that live in your facility, they have all access to do everything that anyone would want to do if they were renting an apartment or whatever it is. If they were living alone, is there a check-in time? They got to be in by 9 o'clock. What is or is there a controlled environment to make sure that they're okay? I don't know.
So depending on the levels of the individuals that live in your home, so every home is pretty much, it's still 4 eyes, but the guys have different levels. So in one of my homes, the staff has to do, everything from A to Z for them. And in our other 2 homes, you have higher functioning individuals. So if they want to, they're like, hey, I don't want you to make me something. The staff is still around. Maybe they want to go and, help make their meal, or they want to do this or they want to do that. And they have bus passes, and they will walk out the facility, they sign out and they go. So we, of course, have our house rules that we have for every facility, but every individual has the same as you and I. So if they decide tonight I'm staying out with my friends, they're welcome to do that. Okay. So I just always ask them, I give them my cell phone numbers, and I'm like, just call me, text me. If you're not coming back, just let us know, so that way we're not, looking for you or doing something. So far, the rapport between the individuals in our home are dynamic, and they keep us informed on everything going on.
Okay. Now, does the regional center, the one that supplies the funds, that sends you the folks, do they consistently assist you on a regular basis if you need housing? Does the regional center put in, or do they just write checks and say, we don't want to deal with it?
Well, they are there as a resource. So they're primarily a resource for our families. So that are going into the facilities, but of course they're a resource for us as well. So every house has a service coordinator that's over the house, and we're able to ask them questions. I always seek guidance from regional center, or if I have questions, I will call them, ask them, and you have a quality assurance department that will also come in. They monitor the facility. So we're getting audits the regional center twice a year, through the state one time a year, which is good. You know, a lot of people are like nervous, like there's an audit coming, but I love it from a business standpoint because I used to be a teacher, so everything is like like a little
Okay.
different structure
Yeah.
for me. So I already know what the audit looks like after my first audit. So I created an audit book for my facility. So every facility has an administrator. I'm an administrator for my facility, as well as I hired another one. So she has to do a monthly audit. We talk about it, I check it. And when I go into the facilities, I'm checking different components on that audit to make sure if regional center was to do a surprise visit, we pass, you know, and that's how the facility should be ran. So as long as you keep the structure together, as long as you run the facility correctly, you know, and because there's actual people living there, you know, so as long as you do that, you're fine. But they do come in, they check. And the point of the check is not to say like, hey, I want to shut you down. They're checking to make sure that we're running the facility right. And if there is something, they just say, hey, we need to fix the door. Let's have a one action doorknob, or let's fix this screen. It's bent a little, or let's do this. So they're just there to make sure that the wheels are turning. So
Okay.
they
Okay.
do.
Now that brings another question. Is there? I know when young people have young children, they have to make their house children safe. You know, they got to put a plug thing in the
Right.
plug so the kids don't stick a
Right.
hairpin in it or whatever. You know. So, are there things that you have to do to make the house user friendly, or is everybody walking? A lot of times, if someone's in a wheelchair, I know one of the things that our facility is that we don't really cater to people that are disabled, because we don't have the staff or the wideness of the facility. But
Mhm.
Youth Build USA, which is the kind of like the regional center for us,
Mhm.
they come, they check to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. We have teachers on staff that teach the classes, and we're going to be adding other classes. I'm so excited about what you said, because I'm trying to, in my mind, as I'm talking to you, I said, we got to form this into a class, and
Right.
maybe once a week you'd come to the facility and do your training and whatever it is you would need to be able. We want to help create businesses like yours. And if
Right.
you're willing to help do that, we're willing to help on our end. Maybe we even have some people out from the regional center that will speak to them and help them
Right.
through that process. Whatever it takes to get young people into their own business is what we would like to be able to do with this here. So, and I guess sometimes I'm an ex preacher, so I take a lot of rabbit trails. So
I do the same. So you're good.
so what is it that we would do to be able to make sure that people understand that they could open up something similar to this and be very successful at it and help the community? The regional center, I know that there's one in the Los Angeles area. I know that there's one in San Bernardino. So are the regional centers set up by counties, or?
They're all over. I believe don't get me wrong, you guys could Google it, but I think it's either 22 or 25 within the state of California. So they're all over. So
Mhm.
there's a ton of opportunity. And the regional center, they're, you know, as our communities grow, especially in the Inland Empire and various places, is just room for growth. So
Yes.
it's afraid. I hear you with the whole business thing. And I know like a lot of times when you start a business, it's scary, right? You're thinking,
Yeah.
can I do this? Will I have the funding? Can I, whatever? And I tell everyone, like I used to run different businesses through the state of California after teaching and various things. But I remember when I first said, this is what I'm doing. I read a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I read that.
And
Okay.
yeah. And after that, I was teaching at the time. I was like, I quit. I want to offer more than I had my view of the American dream was off. I was always told, you go to school. So I went all the way. I got my master's degree. I'm working a job. So I thought that everything that I was doing, but it wasn't fulfilling to me. So although I was teaching, that was great. I was, fulfilling the need of educating people. It still wasn't enough for me. And so I was like, I read that book, and then it changed my view of what the American dream should look like, I guess, from my eyes. And from there, I never went back to a 9 to 5, and I started my own company. It was a supplemental educational services company at that time. So it was tutoring services. So still within the same line of education, but I had to hire, at that time, I probably had about 70 people working for me around California. They were out tutoring different students from the schools. So with that all being said, I have tons of stories to share, but I definitely would love to connect with you, Rich, and come out into the community and share my knowledge, teach the class. That's my goal for 2023. I think as far as business, I've done what I'm supposed to do, but now I want to give back and help everyone else. And just to touch on your time management thing, the thing that I do is I use my phone, and I have to put everything on that calendar, and I have little reminders and buzzers going off all day. And that's what I do for time management.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I do as well, but it's so necessary because people say, well, how do you, why are you over here and you over there? There must be two of you. And I manage my time. When I visit you or come to spend time with you, I get to the point. I'm not there all day long. I'm right where we are, and if we go to lunch, we're going to eat lunch and we're going to talk during lunch, but I can't stand outside the restaurant for 45 minutes and talk to you again about saying goodbye. I have some people that tell me sometimes that, I'm okay, I'll see you later. I'm hanging up, you don't have 5 goodbyes with me, you got one. And then because we have to go and we have to do things that a lot of people don't want to do. And to make things easy and to make things function, it's necessary for us to do that. So as we wrap up here, I've enjoyed spending time with you and I'm learning so much. And number one is that we're going to definitely help you with this next 10 people project, 9 women and 1 man,
I love it. Right. That's right.
So we're definitely going to get involved with the educational portion. The facility we have, come January, we will be moving into our facility to be able to help push that forward. We have a couple of people, Dr. Evelyn Anderson, that works on our staff that helps us with grants and these kinds of things. So we have a few people around that I want to bring to the table, introduce you to, and find out how we can help grow what you're already doing. I love it. I think it's fantastic. So if you were going to wrap up something and leave the people with something, I'm going to give you the next couple minutes just to kind of tell us what you got here.
Okay. I'm now I'm put on the spot. If I could wrap up, I would just say, definitely just believe in yourself. Any dream that you have as far as business or whatever it is, you just have to believe that whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever it is through, that you can actually do it. So I am a Christian. I guess you guys can tell throughout the thing. I rely a lot on God. I pray through it. And before I kind of step out and do different things, I'm praying about what it is that I should do. And I just think this journey that he's taking me on in 2023 of, reaching out, branching out to people within our community I think it's going to be outstanding for you guys, and you guys will be able to learn a lot. And one of the things, I wrote it down because I like to share with people, because we are all so busy, but just continuing to just learn and figure out different things. One of the things that I do every morning is there's an app on your phone or in the app store. It's called Headway. And so Headway.
What's it called again? Headway?
It's called Headway.
Okay.
And the app, it looks like a little stair, not a stair, but a ladder or whatever. And it has an array of books on there. You could read everything. So, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And it's not even, you could either read it or listen to it. So for someone like me that's always busy, I do a book a day. So before I get out of the bed, I'm listening to it. It's about 16 minutes on some books, 10 minutes on others, but it's giving you like all the key components of that book, and you're learning something new every day. Like the 5-minute rule, if you could do something within 5 minutes, don't procrastinate, just do it, So there's all these different books are on there. So I would definitely suggest downloading it. I wish I would have known about it years ago. I would be 200 books in, but I'm not. But that's just something I wanted to share, and I wrote it down. And other than that, that's it.
I love that. When we leave, I'm downloading that app because I have the inspiration to read a lot of books, but I don't have the time to read books. So I collect books, and people give me books and they sign them, and they go, "Oh, did you read my book?" I'm like, but I need to, and we all need to increase our knowledge and increase our ability to be able to do some things, and you do that through reading. And I love the books on tape thing. One of my sons last year for Christmas, I asked him what he wanted, and he wanted me to sign him up for the books on tape program. So I did that, and he has increased his stuff, and I asked him, I said, "How's that thing working out?" He said, "It's fabulous. I love it." So, and I never really did it for myself, because I'm like, okay, the old days we had cassette tapes, so and I still have a cassette tape player in my car. I don't care what y'all say. So I listen to cassette tapes, and I'm inspired by those. And most of the books that I do take a minute or a time to read is usually motivational books, how to do this and how to come past this. I'm an old salesperson, so I believe in closing. ABC, always be closing, always be communicating what you're trying to do. And I've learned throughout the years that listening is better than talking. So I try to listen to what people are saying, and then I go back and I go, "Oh, I can use that, or I can use this," and put that into our program to make it work. Miss Jennifer, I have enjoyed you this morning. I am excited. So you will be hearing from us about the educational program. I will be in our new building come January 15th. I'll have you come over and look at some space. Anytime you want to utilize it for your class or your training, I'm opening the door, because I think this is something that the chamber needs to be able to do to help people start a business without nothing wrong with being a beautician, nothing wrong with selling barbecue. But when you give back like this, and you're able to substantially take care of yourself and others in this type of a program, I admonish, I so much appreciate that. And thank you so much for being a part of Strictly Business. It has been just wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we will get a opportunity to talk again. So it is time for us to sign out, I believe. And I always have to play all of the commercials. People, "Oh, you didn't play this, you didn't play that," But it got so good that I could not leave. So thank you, Miss Jennifer, and we will talk again. Have a wonderful day and a good holiday. I know we'll talk before Christmas, but for sure.
Yes. Okay. All right.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.